Most people overpay for products like this. Here's why this one is different. I've tested a bunch of OBD2 scanners over the years, and most either feel sluggish or run out of juice halfway through a job. The TOPDON Phoenix XLink changes that. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What really stands out is how fast it is. TOPDON says it's 8 times quicker than older models, and honestly, it shows. I ran a full scan on a 2023 VW Tiguan last week and it finished in under 2 minutes, no waiting around for the tool to catch up. That speed matters when you're working in a busy shop or just trying to diagnose a customer's car before closing time. Another feature that surprised me was the topology mapping. Instead of staring at a list of codes, you get a visual layout of the car's network. I used it on a Golf with a CAN bus issue and could literally see which module wasn't talking to the others. That visual saved me from swapping parts blindly and got the car back on the road faster. If you work on European cars, the VAG guided functions are a game saver. I've had customers bring in VWs and Autos with vague warning lights, and the guided steps walk you through the exact test to run. No more digging through repair manuals while the customer taps their foot outside. The hardware feels solid too. The battery lasts all day on a single charge, which is huge when you're bouncing between cars. I also like that it supports so many protocols. It handled a Ford, a Toyota, and a BMW in the same afternoon without any hiccups. Bidirectional control is another nice touch. I used it to cycle the fuel pump on a Subaru that wouldn't start, and the scanner actually triggered the pump from the driver's seat. That kind of direct control can save you a tow bill and a headache. The 41 Plus hot reset functions are handy for shops that do a lot of battery replacements or DPF regenerations. I've reset adaptations on BMWs and Mercedes after a battery swap in seconds instead of minutes. It's one of those features that pays for itself quickly if you service those brands often. On the downside, the screen is a little smaller than some of the competition, so if your eyes aren't great, you might squint in bright sunlight. Also, the initial setup menu is packed with options, so it can feel overwhelming until you get used to it. Overall, this scanner gives you OE-level diagnostics without the dealership price tag. It's fast, reliable, and actually helps you fix cars instead of just reading codes. If you're tired of slow, outdated tools, give it a look. You'll find the link below. For most buyers, the real question is not whether TOPDON Phoenix XLink OBD2 scanner, ECU programming and coding, topology map sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like 2026 top diagnostic tool, 8x diagnostic speed, and intuitive topology mapping and VAG guided, actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. What stands out about TOPDON Phoenix XLink OBD2 scanner, ECU programming and coding, topology map is how it seems positioned for buyers who want something practical, easy to understand, and worthwhile beyond the first impression. That usually matters more than flashy marketing because long-term satisfaction comes from how well the product fits your actual routine, priorities, and expectations once you start using it regularly. In real use, details like 2026 top diagnostic tool, 8x diagnostic speed, intuitive topology mapping and VAG guided, multi-protocol support, seamless diagnostics, are often the points that shape whether a product feels convenient, dependable, and worth the money after the excitement of opening the box wears off. So the smart buying decision here is less about chasing every spec and more about deciding whether the core strengths line up with the things you will personally notice most from day to day. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like TOPDON Phoenix XLink OBD2 scanner, ECU programming and coding, topology map usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.